Today's topic is what happens if you've been arrested for a DUI in Escondido. My name is Dod. I've been a criminal defense attorney here in San Diego County since 2004. And today I'm going to talk to you about an Escondido DUI. If you've recently been arrested in Escondido and you're facing DUI charges, stick around. I think you're going to love this video. My name is Dod. I've been a criminal defense attorney here in San Diego County since 2004. My firm is Dod Law. We're located in downtown San Diego. We also have an office in Vista, right across the Vista courthouse at 325 South Melrose. Our office is directly across the street. Now, if you've been arrested in Escondido, your court is going to be at the Vista courthouse at 325 South Melrose. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is what to expect if you've recently been arrested or are going through the DUI process and you were arrested in Escondido and your court is in Vista. Before we get started, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my channel so we can help educate the public here. Now, it all starts with you being arrested for a DUI in the Escondido area, whether you're on the freeway, whether you're on a residential street, you're in a parking lot, wherever you are, you have an Escondido DUI. Now, typically, if it's just a misdemeanor DUI, meaning there were no injuries involved, obviously nobody died, and you don't have 3 or more prior DUIs, it's typically going to be a misdemeanor DUI. You're going to get arrested. You're going to get taken to jail for a few hours. You might bail out, and you're going to be given a promise to appear at the Vista Courthouse at 325 South Melrose Drive. Now, what to expect at your court hearing? Well, the most important thing on your Escondido DUI is you were given a pink paper from the officer. So when you get released from jail, or if you have that property bag, look inside of it right now, because you should have a pink paper and the officer should have taken away your license. So what we need to do immediately is contact the DMV. We need to schedule a DMV hearing, and we need to put a temporary stay on your license suspension. Because if you look at that pink paper, 3/4 of the way down, what it's going to tell you is that you only have 10 days from your arrest date to schedule a DMV hearing and to get a temporary license in the mail. Because if you don't do anything with your Escondido DUI, as far as the DMV is concerned, you are going to have an automatic license suspension 30 days from your arrest date. Okay, so the first things first is we need to schedule a DMV hearing to make sure you're able to drive at least for the pendency of the case until the DMV hearing, until we resolve the criminal case. And typically your DMV hearing is going to be before your criminal case. If you look at your court date on your criminal case, it's probably going to be 6 to 8 weeks from your arrest date. So with your Escondido DUI, if you look at that pink paper, first thing we do is schedule the DMV hearing. Okay, so we're going to schedule the DMV hearing. And the next thing we have to worry about is the criminal case. Now, what's going to happen on your Escondido DUI? So first thing is this. On your Escondido DUI, your first court appearance is called an arraignment. That is just your first court appearance. If you have an attorney, you don't have to appear. If it's a misdemeanor, if it's a felony, you're going to most likely have to appear. You're going to appear in Department 14 of the Vista Courthouse, 325 South Melrose. If you don't have an attorney, you're going to have to appear. And if you do have an attorney, then we can appear for you. You won't have to step foot in a courtroom. So the first court date is your arraignment. We plead not guilty. The case begins. So everyone says, well, Dod, why am I pleading not guilty at my arraignment if I'm guilty? I mean, they pulled me over for swerving. My blood alcohol level was a 0.20. Why am I pleading not guilty? Because it's standard to plead not guilty at the arraignment. Why? Because we don't have anything on your case. We don't have the reports. We don't have the calibration records. We don't have the the logs. We don't have the blood analysis. We don't have anything on the case. If there's a video, we don't have the video. We don't have anything on the case. So we have to plead not guilty at that first court date, and then the case basically begins. And I explained to all my clients, the arraignment is just like getting a hit and getting to first base, right? We still got to go second, third, and all the way home, right? So the arraignment is we just get to first base. You're going to have another court date on your Escondido misdemeanor DUI, and that will be in Department 1 of the Vista courthouse. So your first court date's in Department 14. Your second court date, you're going to be in Department 1. Remember, if you have an attorney, these court rooms don't even matter to you because us as the attorney, we will handle it. You will not have to appear at all if you have an Escondido DUI and your court is in the Vista courthouse. So your next court date is Department 1. What happens between Department 14, your arraignment, and Department 1, which we call the readiness conference? There's probably going to be about 4 to 6 weeks between each court date. And what happens in that 4 to 6 weeks is we get all the discovery, everything I talked to you about, reports, videos, calibration records, everything on the case. And what we do, what my firm does, is we reach out to the DA on the case ahead of time and we negotiate the case. We get a lot of mitigation from you. The most important thing that we're going to ask from you is to tell us everything about you. What do you do? Where did you go to school? Tell us about your family. What are your future plans? Are you a professional? There are a lot of things that we get from you, and we put together a mitigation packet, right? So let's say hypothetically you had a child in the car. We would want you to start on some classes. We would also want you to start on some AA classes. In other situations, we would like you to do individual therapy, group therapy. There's a lot of things that we have our clients do prior to court so we can put together this whole mitigation packet so we can get you the best outcome. Because really, at the end of the day, the goal in any DUI case is, number one, we need to avoid jail time. Number two, what can I do to avoid an ankle bracelet or the ignition interlock device? Number three, what can I do to get you the best outcome? Number four, what can I do to get you the least amount of probation? So once you complete probation, we can take you off of probation and expunge the case and get this nightmare out of your way. Because that's really what a DUI is here in Vista. It's a nightmare. And I tell all my clients, look, the first year or two, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be stressful. You got to just get over that hill. And really my job, I've been doing this almost 20 years. My job is just to get you to the top of the hill, and then we start coming down. And once we start coming down, eventually once we get to the bottom of the hill, you complete everything, we can get this case expunged off your record. So if you're watching this video, you're probably freaking out. You or a loved one have got a DUI in Escondido and you're freaking out and you don't know what to do. But I'm telling you, I've been doing this a long time. There's hope. We can work out the best possible outcome, eventually get this case off your record. If it's a misdemeanor, right? You're facing 3-month classes, 9-month classes, public works service, community service, ankle bracelets, ignition interlock devices, probation, a lot of things you're facing. We're trying to mitigate everything to get you the best outcome. If it's a felony, it's a whole different ballgame. And if it's a felony, I'm going to put out a different video on felony DUIs, and you can watch the video on felony DUIs, but this video is strictly an Escondido DUI misdemeanor, and you're going to have court in Vista Courthouse. You're going to start in Department 14. You're going to go to Department 1. If you decide you want to take this case to trial, then we're going to go to Department 5, and Department 5 is going to give us another courtroom where we're actually going to put the case in front of a jury. In San Diego County, 95% of DUI cases do not go to trial. They settle. So the most important thing with your case is if you can't afford an attorney, then you're going to have to show up to court and just follow everything I told you, right? Do all the mitigation, do the classes, do everything that I told you here. If you're fortunate enough to be able to hire an attorney, then you get an attorney on board and we'll handle everything for you. Once again, my name is Dod. My firm is Dod Law, downtown San Diego, Vista, right across the street from the courthouse. You can give us a call, 619-814-5110, 760-814-6025, or 833-4-DOD Law. That's 833-4-DOD Law. Give us a call. I can give you a free consultation. I can explain to you what to expect on your Escondido DUI. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to our channel. Have a great day. Do not stress out.